Good morning, traders. Andy Demi here from the London Trading Institute, and in today's video, guys, I'm going to be doing a full technical breakdown of Bitcoin. So the question that a lot of people are asking is it ready to go up? You know, we've just had a bullish closing bar on the weekly chart. Is it ready to go up? Well, we're going to analyze it, and I'm going to give you my professional opinion as to what I think is going to happen on Bitcoin, okay? And where we are right now versus where we could get to, and some of the things that might happen, okay? So there's a lot of mights and buts and whatever, but that's what good trading is all about. It's about identifying the zones that make sense and then waiting for the price to come to our level. So let's get straight to it, guys. If you're new to our channel and you're watching this on YouTube, then feel free to subscribe if you enjoy our content and like the videos. That would be really, really appreciated. Anyway, most importantly, let's get straight to it, guys, because I know time is money and I don't want to waste any of your time. So what do we have here? Well, we have the weekly time frame. And as you can see, this is what we currently have. Let me just zoom into this. So this is a very bullish candlestick formation. And if you actually combine the three of them there, you will see that that looks like a morning star formation, which again is a bullish formation. Now, typically, what you can do with a formation like this to make an upside kind of target is you can take the bodies here, so from here to here, like that, and then you can draw the upside like that. And you know, if you're trading this, then with this candle formation, you should at least get up to this level here. Now, 50% of the time, it will come back and test this candle formation. In other words, it will go lower somewhere here in the middle, or maybe around the 61.8% Fibonacci, and then go up to at least this level. Okay, so that's, you know, a good strategy that you could look at. Now, if you kind of look at this from a bigger perspective, you might be thinking, okay, well, look, you know, we've got this nice reactive supporting channel line there, and then we can use that as a parallel, and then we could put that here. Now, the other thing you can do is you can also put it towards the bodies, as long as you're not going through the bodies, and you can kind of fit it in like that. Okay, so now if you have a look up here, it's not going through the bodies, it's just going to the start there. That can also be there acting as resistance. The other thing you want to look at is, you know, where is the upper level of price support, where you can see there is a nice block there. Okay, and what else have we got? Well, the other thing you can do is you can also use this line and just kind of predict it from there as well. So that can just give you a little bit more of a scope for, you know, if this market was to kind of push up towards here, there's going to be some, you know, immediate resistance, which, you know, might result in something like that, right? So that's the weekly time frame. Now, if we kind of, let's just make sure these are only visible in the weeks. I don't want them on the hourly chart, so you can just change the visibility, because otherwise it just gets super messy. So I'm just gonna get these changed so I can only see them on the weekly. Now, if I head over to the daily chart. Now, if you look at the daily chart, you've got a slightly different picture, okay? Because right now, you can see that the market is really reactive on this support line. So again, what I've done is I've basically taken this and drawn a parallel line, and now we have an upper resistance point. Okay, you can clearly see that this here is going to act as resistance. Now, typically you would draw it from the high point, and I'd also do it from the bodies, but you can see we've already gone through that line, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to see basically if we close above it. Now, it's also important to note that we do have this really kind of important level here. So this is going to take some work to get through. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised to see Bitcoin find resistance here and potentially sell off. Okay. If we break through this red box, I then think we've got some room to really go up, okay? And I think we'll go back towards this red line that we spoke about on the weekly time frame, okay? There isn't really a lot here, okay? There is some recent selling that happened around these price points here, so you may get some reaction sellers here. So there's definitely some interested parties selling here. So what I think could happen is if, and I'm just saying if, guys, because people hear what they want to hear, if we break and close above this red box, I then think we will push up to this area, okay? And then I do think sellers will at least try and sell again, but I think the buyers will kind of come back in and push it back towards here. Now, and then this area is going to be quite interesting because I can already see that you've got this clear resistance line there, and you could probably even draw that there's a channel you can see. And I think at that point, this is going to be another interesting point where, again, sellers will probably come back in. And then it's going to be a question, can the buyers overpower? Because if they can, then we're going to start looking at much higher highs. Right. So that's what's potentially happening. Now, I want to give you the other side because it's important. Because, you know, you might be thinking, well, why have the buyers come in here? Why have we stopped going down here? Well, this can be answered very simply. If you scroll to the left, you'll see that this here is definitely an area of interest, okay, for buyers. You can see it there, right? Like, as the market was pushing up, the sellers came in, there was some buying here. So there was buyers here, and there was buyers here. And if you carry on going to the left, you can see, not exactly there, actually. Yeah, here, over here. So there was also more interest. So if I just take this line here, keep dragging it over, you can see this was an area, an important area of interest, okay? And that's why we're reacting. Now, therefore, you know, the thing that I want to kind of ask you is, well, what price did the buyers come in at? Well, you can see that the buyers were interested in this area here. So around that kind of 16 and a half thousand, 16.3, 16 and a half. So here's my conclusion. If we break 16, you know, if we break these lows here, then the question that I would say is, well, what is the next area of interest for the buyers? Well, what I can see on the chart is I can see buyers really, like buyers truly coming in here. What do I mean? Well, look, this here is where buyers were interested. Buying, 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 and then lots of accumulation here and in this box here. So I think potentially if we do break these lows, I actually think we could find ourselves going back down to 10,000. So it's quite easy to let the market show us, right? So from an investment point of view, if you're interested in Bitcoin, is it wrong to buy now? No, I don't think it is. Because even if we went down there, well, you know, yes, if you had a crystal ball, it would be better to wait. However, you've got to also bear in mind is that if you're a long-term investor, it's really hard because the market's going to show us. It's really hard to predict if we're definitely going lower or if we're not, right? Because there's so many things that can change that it's almost impossible to accurately predict where the low is going to be. Now, there will be signs where we could say, okay, well, now it looks like the buyers are truly in control. So, for example, you know, if we go back to that weekly chart, you know, you could argue that if we broke this down channel, that then, you know, you might argue that the buyers are now in control and that we're heading much higher. The other argument is, you know, maybe we need to see a change of structure, a break of structure. So this here is that that last low point. So potentially, you know, to really truly trust that this is now on the way up, you know, you've got to think like, okay, we're doing these kind of, this is the current structure. If we break that structure, then you might be looking at something like that, right? So that would really be all the way back up here. So, you know, you might be looking at 40,000 before you can really confirm that upside. Now, all we can see right now is on this time frame, on the weekly, you could see why we could rally up to here. On the daily, however, right now, we need to see a close above this this channel line and this block here, which is basically a close above 23,000. You get a close above 23,000, I think you could be looking for buys towards then this block, pullback, and then looking up towards 26.5. So I would definitely be wary of this block here. I think anything up to 23,000 is going to be resistance. We're at 22,150 at the time of this recording, which means, in my opinion, it's a bit risky to be buying Bitcoin right at this price unless you're a very short-term trader. Okay, I think the probabilities are saying, do you know what, the market might come back down here. I also noticed that we've broken these high points, and these are obvious stop points. So, you know, it could be a stop run where you take out these people's stops here and then the market reverses. So just have that in mind as well. And look, and just one more thing, guys. Always look to see where buyers are actually interested. And you can see this block here, truly buyers are interested, right? You can see that buying, 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 right? So, and this looks like a fake out there. So again, if you're looking for value buys, you know, you might want to look down here, okay? Like if you want to buy for the long term, around that kind of a pullback back towards 19.5 would be a great, or 19,600 would be a great dollar cost average play, okay? And bear in mind, guys, this is just for educational purpose. You have to make your own decisions. It's really, really important you follow your own plan. You could lose money. Anything can happen. So just always risk what you can afford. Hope that helped, guys. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment below. Let me know what you thought and let me know your own views. If you agree with my analysis, well, it's nothing really to disagree with it because I'm not saying it's definitely going up or definitely going down. I'm just giving you things that need to happen to really show us which way it's going to go. And if you want to request any particular asset classes, I will take the most popular ones and I'll do future recordings. So do comment and let me know your thoughts. Wish you a great day. Good trading, guys. Catch you again soon with another video. Take care.